very mechanical trains, but unfortunately none of them are DCC, so they can't run. So I told them to convert. We're just going to have to DCC some of that. That's all there is to it. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Any questions on anything?
Oh, yes. Sometimes you put some sticker on the car. What does that mean?
You mean like these?
No, I came one time and everybody was busy
On
and.
this side, they put stickers on the car.
What does that mean?
What it is once a month we do what's called an operating system. So we run the railroad like a real one. And what they're simulating is way bills. We have actual way bills. They use little markers on the car itself. And this is basically saying, this guy ordered this product to be delivered here. So you know that this car is going from, the next train that comes through here is going to set him out. They're going to pick up these and move it to the next destination. It's like a real train.
Okay.
So that's what those are for. They're telling you that this has a load, it has to go here.
Okay. No, I
And then once it
understand.
gets there, we take off the car and say it's delivered. And if he has another load going somewhere else, put another one on. Then he goes to the next place.
Okay.
So that's what that is. They're called way bills.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, operations is my pride and joy. I set up the whole thing for that.
I know, it's crazy. I never. How many trains can you run in one time? The maximum that you can.
We've had as many as 20 running at the same time on here.
On this one.
I'm in scale.
Oh, you are. Oh, I'm
Two
sorry.
different sizes,
Oh, yes,
different
yes, I
sets,
know.
two different groups.
Okay, on this scale,
On
donc
this
le
one, I've-
ancien.
Now, the thing is, each engine has a little motor in it. And the motor is controlled by a computer chip that we can control either through a hand controller or through our phone. So if there's physical room, I can run as many trains as I can fit. So if I had them running back to back, I could have 100 engines on here running at the same time. But that's not really the way real railroads do it,
Yes,
so we
that's.
don't.
Yes, I understand.
So we've had as many as 20 trains, each with 2 or 3 engines running at the same time on here. But there was a reason for it. There was a heavy traffic load and they had to handle it. Most of the time it'll be like 5 or 6 during the lighter times. They've had as many as 10 or 15 running at the same time that I know of. But that's during operations. During hobby time, when anybody can do anything they want, you can have as many trains on there as you can fit.
It's pretty neat, I have to say.
Either that
It's,
or very long trains. We've got some people like to run, 100-car trains. Literally 100 cars behind the engines. And it'll take all the way from that bridge to here for one train.
Oh. That's a lot.
Yeah, so you only have 4 or 5 of those. No room for anybody else.
I can understand that.
So again, it kind of depends on the load, on what you're simulating, what you're doing. But the operating system itself is infinite. There are 4-digit codes for each engine. So as many times as you put 4 digits together, 4 to the factorial, whatever that is. But it's a hell of a lot more engines than any of us of them. Have a program on our phones and we can actually run our trains with our phones. So it goes through a computer over there. There's a router that talks to the computer, which talks to the railroad, and the signals go through the tracks.
Oh, okay. Donc everything it's by computer here.
Now, the computer translates your control to the engine. It's not run by the computer, it's facilitated by the computer.
Yes, it's facility by computer.
So basically, I have a program called Engine Driver. And what I'll do is I'll tell it to connect to that computer, and I'll put in the number of my train, and I run the train here, tell it back, forward, whatever. So it's controlled from here.
Are you control
But
from
it's
there?
translated through there so it can get to the engine wherever it is on the railroad. So I could be here controlling my train over there.
And for the, I know there is some switching here. It's also the computer.
On ours, on my railroad, everything's manual. Because I want somebody to follow the train and see what they're doing.
Okay.
On these guys, they have switchable control panels. So this switch is here, so that's controlled by there. None of it's controlled by computer. Museums and such have where everything's controlled by computer, but we like to be hands-on.
Okay.
We want to be the actual engineer and run the train instead
Yes,
of
okay,
a
I
computer do
understand.
it.
That's nice.
I could computerize the whole thing. There are little engines I could put on each switch to tell the engine to throw this switch, etc. It could be done. I have elected not to do it here. Because they have these panels, they'd be a lot easier to computerize on theirs. But in mine, if you want to throw this switch, you throw the switch.
Oh, just like that. Okay.
So this way he's going this way, go like that, he's going that way.
Oh, that's.
And I really appreciate the call, Bill. Thank you very much.
And so they're all manual.
Oh, yeah, we'll
This
do.
forces someone to pay attention to what they're doing. That's my philosophy on this side.
Okay.
Their philosophy is, well, everything on mine is within reach. The only places I have switches is back in the harbor here. I have these switches for those because you can't reach them.
Oh, yes, that's.
So that's why I have switches there. They're the only place on my layout that I have switches because there's two, it's a 33-inch
Yes,
rule.
that's.
If it's more than 33 inches, I put a switch.
Okay. You never think to put some real water here?
There's some places that use real water, most of us don't. It's fake water like this. Make it look like water, but it's not real. That'd be too much of a maintenance issue.
Oh, okay.
Plus the fact we have little kids in here, you know, and they like to.
Yes, it's. We don't
I
think
have to
so.
think about that too. You know,
That's-
mommy and daddy bring their kids here, and then the kids can do all kinds of weird things, and I have to be prepared for that. I'm a great grandparent, so I know.
I know. That's,
Yeah, these are actual working barges based on the way they do it in New York Harbor. Well, the actual, you can lift the bridge, and these actually move.
oh,
So I could actually have them go down like they're coming in and out of port. And when they go back in, they lock up, and things can go on and off.
I didn't know.
These are actually powered. What I
Yes.
do is there's two little pins that are kind of buried in the water so you can't see them. Underneath, the pins touch these, and that gives power to the track. This you don't see on very many layouts is working floats. That's kind of unique to us. These are kind of plain, but they're designed off the pattern that was used in New York Harbor. So this gives power so I can actually use an engine to go on and off the tracks. And like I said, I got lots of spares so I can.
Yes,
We're still developing that system, but eventually we're going to have a shelf here where loaded car floats can go up there, get loaded, unloaded, and go like they're going to San Francisco or whatever, and another one will come in.
oh, that's so neat.
So that's future plans. We're working toward it.
train going over there?
He still hasn't got my narrow gauge in yet, so he's got the gold line in.
Yeah, yeah, he's in paper track.
Yeah, they've been painting the track so you can put down the ballast. So
Yeah.
this should be done in a couple of months.
Well, that's gonna be
We're in the
nice.
process of totally rebuilding this part of the layout for the last summer. This town and that town, that's why it looks so unfinished.
Oh,
We
okay.
tore everything out and put something completely new in.
Oh,
We're always doing that. I'm always having, oh, this would be better if I do it this way. Sometimes they like what I say, sometimes they don't. And they keep electing me, so I guess they must like it. Yeah, this is a woodworking facility based on, there's a narrow gauge. Okay, in railroad you have what they call standard gauge, which is normal, everybody uses, and they have narrow gauge. And this is a narrow gauge that's going to go up to a logging camp on top of the hill up there. So we're going to have the logs come from there to the mill pond, turned into lumber, which then goes on regular trains out to where it's going. Like Cooter's cardboard over there. He'll take the sawdust to make cardboard out of. So that's what this is. This is where the sawdust is going to come from. I like to do things like in real life where, okay, you cut trees, who uses the trees? Oh, that lumber yard down there uses the trees, so then they have to move things back and forth. And those are just spare buildings, they don't belong there, they're just,
okay.
well,
Very good.
eventually either going to be put in here or sold, because they're sitting on top of where the track's going to go.
Oh, yes, I see that.
So we do little small details that people don't notice. Like he's not finished painting the sign. There's a little painter there. So the sign's not done yet. Or you got a couple of little people sunbathing down over there. If you can find them.
I see an alligator or a crocodile on the, I don't know, somewhere. There's a little baby gator.
Ah, yeah.
I see that one. I'll try to.
Well, one of the things we're going to be doing is, I like to be a little whimsical sometimes. So, when we finish pouring the water for this creek, there's going to be an alligator in it.
Yeah, that's
The gator. So this is going to be filled with water, fake water, and he's going to be floating in it. And of course, the little rowboat. The water's going to be at this level. So we're not done by a long shot by this thing. It's still going to be years before we're done. And that's if I don't change mine and tear something out and redo it all over again. Like this whole thing used to be a trailer park. I decided to make it a junkyard instead.
Maybe you can put the shuttle, the space shuttle.
That's been thought of. We were originally going to have an airport over there before I put the harbor in. You can see one of the planes we were going to use. So now I got to figure where I'm going to put my planes. Probably going to be flying over.
Ah, yes, that's.
We'll see you next time.
Okay. Yeah, you take it easy, Spike.
Yeah.
We'll see you when you get back.
Hopefully I'll be back next week, but we'll see. Depending on
Okay.
the train.
Alrighty. taking care of upgrades and helicopters. Yeah, I was under the second phone. I think where were you at home? Oh yeah, this is another phone. It's on now. Yeah, that voice is hard now. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I know. I know. I don't know who's doing it. I know there's a guy that said to fly them. Boy, this is acting up like it is. I have no idea. What a good section of track. Very strange. Very strange. Whole section in here. And those things took off the whole frickin' island shakes.
This came in with problems, and it came in on a Thursday, and the base got the word that it was taken off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. And the whole base shut down. I mean, there was, everybody was on the flight line. And I was watching that, and it kind of lumbered out, kind of went down the end of the runway. took off, you heard the like that, you know, and it took off real kind of slow, made a real wide sweep. Swimmer lined up on the end of the runway. We poured it all through the went to the diving, about a 7 shockwaves coming off the thing. And he put it on in, and he was out of sight there.
Is there a way you can fly out of here? I need to know. Tommy just aircraft control. It's not on something here. No, they're going. I said, well, you can fly here for a flight plan and fix it. You usually fly plan and fix it. I said, but you know, your biggest football is your bank. I said, you get some special things. Well, you paint a yellow flash on the tail, and you're the only one to have it. Every time there's the community is like, they see it outside the vision, you don't think it's wrong. They can't see what they're constructing. They send this vision back in China or whatever. It's like, oh, you're that's what I don't know. Everybody's going out there to see that all the time.
I will say thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.